I'm supposed to be filming another episode, but I am stalling it because I keep getting other thoughts in between. I wanna film that episode, like I wanna record that episode so bad, but then I keep having like this, I just caught myself doing something and I need to talk about it. So this is Unhinged. I just thought of something, like I was just scrolling through TikTok and I just thought of something and I quickly like caught myself thinking, and I was like, hey, no, you're not supposed to think that way. And then I was like, shit, that's such a good topic to talk about. So I'm just gonna talk about it. I don't care. The topic is glitter is fake. So the second I like caught myself thinking this, I ran to my notes app and I took my podcast page and I wrote it down. I just wrote down whatever the hell came into my mind. The whole point of the topic, glitter is fake, just means that you view other people's life through rose-colored glasses. I was just going on my FYP and I just scroll through and I see this, like, you know, I see people's life there and what they post and, you know, what they do every day and stuff like that. And I just caught myself thinking, I wish my life was like that. And okay, so this is like two parts, so I'll break down into two. I'll break them both down. First of all, self-comparison to others' life. The whole reason why I caught myself is because the second I thought I wish my life was like that, I was like, wait a minute, I know this person and I know that their life is not what I see on social media. And my life is exactly like that. Like, if anyone out there goes through like my stories, my posts, anything, whatever it is, my life ain't like that. It's nothing like what I post, right? Obviously, I do post, you know, whatever I post is a part of my life, but that's not the whole of my life. I obviously don't want to post like the bad things, and, you know, I don't go around posting when I'm sad. I personally don't choose to do that. That's it. And exactly like that, there are so many other people who post the good stuff in their life, which is not a bad thing at all, because I want to go through my own account and I don't want to feel sad, you know? So whenever I feel sad, I like to go through my account and I'm like, hey, listen, I've had good moments in my life. And if I post myself being vulnerable or weak on my account, that's just like gotta be a reminder for me that it's, you know, it's just like things do go bad. But then I don't need that reminder because I remember it every day. So the second I caught myself comparing my life to someone else, I was like, stop. And I'm so proud of myself for doing that because I usually don't do that. Social media is so freaking fake. There is nothing you know about a person through their social media. If someone posts about wherever they go, all the programs they go to, all the events they attend, all the places they go to, stuff like that. Like, I post about places that I go to. Like, I've been to really cool places and I post about that as well. But that's not what makes up my life. If someone looks at my stories of going somewhere and they're like, shit, I wish I was there, or I wish I was, you know, in that person's place. You only know what they posted. And I know that this is like it's such a recurring sentence, social media is fake. But I still seem to forget it. Like, at a point, I just stopped listening to that. I just convinced myself that whatever I see on social media, it is real. I didn't care that it was fake. So if I see a picture of, I said a celebrity's name right here, but then I'm gonna remove it because I do not support them anymore in any way, shape, or form, because they support the wrong side. If you know, you know. So yeah. Recently she posted this picture of her in like this amazing dress, which she went to some, I don't know, fashion show or something. She looked so good and her body looked amazing. But then that is not physically achievable for me because I'm not built that way. And maybe like you don't see what's going on like under that dress. There could be corsets, there could be waist slimmers and tights and maybe hip pads, whatever it is. And maybe it's real as well. It could be anything. That's the whole point. Like it could literally be real or it could be fake. And I, for the longest time, just chose to not listen to the it could be fake part. I just wanted to be another person. And I'm not gonna lie, I still feel like I'm not good enough, or I'm not, I have my moments a lot. Let me make that clear, a lot. But what I constantly keep reminding myself nowadays is that what you have is not what you are. If you have cool stuff, that does not make your life any easier. Like I personally, like a really small example, I want to get a hoverboard, right? I just want to get it. I just really, really want it. And I see someone having a hoverboard, right? And I just think to myself, I wish I were that person. But the addition of that stupid hoverboard isn't gonna change the fact that their life might be way worse than mine. Just because they posted something that they got does not mean that they don't have their own bullshit. I got this Tarte palette, which is really expensive, by the way. But I didn't buy it. I got it as a gift, right? And anyone who thinks that, oh, I wish I had that, let me tell you right now, that damn Tarte palette, I love it so much, but it did not make my life any easier. All my problems stay the same. Nothing changed. I just have a new makeup palette. That's all that's happened. Like I can't even fully wear it in my house. I can't even fully use it to its potential. I cannot do any of that. I just have the palette. And yes, it makes me happy. But at the end of the day, when I think about the core things that make me happy, that damn palette is not one of them. That palette is not something that would make me want to live. That means material goods, like anything popular that's going on and you see someone else have it and you want it really bad, that thing is not going to make your life any better. Also, another thing I want to talk about is popularity. Popularity does not make you a good person. Just because someone is popular does not mean that they are a good person. Whatever they post or whatever others post about them is not real. It could be real, but you cannot make a judgment of a person based on how popular they are or what kind of stuff they do, the places they go to. No, it does not make them a good person. What makes them a good person are their good virtues. And you don't know a person's virtues until you actually talk to them or get to know them. I get influenced very easily, right? It's because one of my guilty pleasures is shopping. I love buying stuff. And I get influenced so easily that I see people promoting products which, they're probably sponsored, probably not. And I see them using it and loving it so much that I want it. And there have been things that I finally got after so long of wanting it. And then it's not as great as they make it seem. And then I come to realize that there are so many products that people just promote that they don't even end up using after the video. They just keep it with them or give it away. And like an idiot, I just go around spending my money on things that I don't need just because it was popular. And that is exactly how popularity works. That's why I mentioned before that popularity does not make you a good person, because it's not what defines you. Just because somebody is popular and they do something or they promote something and you want to get it just because of how they reacted to it, and you expect that same reaction from yourself, but then you get it and then it ends up being the most normal thing ever. Like, I got this lip gloss when I was in India because I saw it everywhere, right? I saw so many videos about it. And then I finally got it, and it was it was so mid, dude. Like, first of all, the product is so drying out that it being called lip gloss is somehow ironic because of how drying and how yucky it felt. Why did I buy it? Just because I got influenced, just because someone popular I follow got it and gave a great review. What I don't think about is that they were probably paid to say that. And I just, like an idiot, spend my money on something just because I want to be like someone so bad. And that's exactly how people work too. You see people on how they are, and then you want to be them so bad or want to be friends with them so bad until you actually get to, live up to that dream, or you get to meet them or be friends with them, and then you realize how normal they are, how, all this extra hype that you build up around this certain topic, or like this certain subject, is so underwhelming. It's just plain underwhelming. It's nothing like, you don't feel that adrenaline rush anymore because you get hit with reality. So the fact that I have let myself feel so shit just because of someone's online life, that's so dumb of me, and I'm gonna stay dumb. It's not like just because I recorded this podcast, I'm gonna automatically stop thinking that. No, that's not the case. I'm still gonna think that, and it's not like I want to. It's just something that happens. But I hope that this is a small reminder, if not to you, just to myself. Just because someone is popular does not mean that they're a good person. I know people who are damn famous, right? I know people who are really, really popular, and they have the personality of a moldy ham and cheese sandwich. Literally, what is the point if you're popular and your personality is as smelly as a freaking sandwich, which is rotten? And I also know people who are really popular who are genuinely some of the nicest people that I know. And this is not after looking at their Instagrams or their TikToks or whatever it is. This is after I got to know them. This is after I've interacted with them, right? Obviously, you don't know a person completely with their first impression, but there are so many times where someone's first impressions made me not want to get to know them. I don't want to know what kind of a person you are just because of the impression that you gave me. So even if you're a good person, at the end of the day, if the impression that you made on someone, if you give them a really nasty attitude, or if you just are generally a bad person, that's what's gonna get stuck in their mind. And there are so many people who I think like that, and I probably made a bad impression on so many people as well. But see, I'm a different person now. I keep evolving and they keep evolving as well. But this is the difference. They wouldn't care that I evolved because of the bad impression that I made on them. And the same way around. I'm the kind of person to, like if someone gets better, then I acknowledge it. But not everyone's like that. And that's not something that I can change. And if someone's had a bad impression of me, not because of my looks or popularity or followers or whatever, because of my personality, I don't think they're gonna want to get to know me. I don't think they would even care that I'm a different person now. Some situations you meet the same people again and your impression of them changes, and that's a really good thing, but there are so many instances where that does not happen. So just because someone is popular does not mean that they're any better than you. If someone's popular, A, either it was just pure luck, or B, they worked their ass for it. But even in both of these situations, if they're not a good person in heart, there's no goddamn point, because the people who know it are always gonna think that. Every time they come up on your feed, you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, this is that person who did this or did that. So do not compare yourself with someone's online popularity or life. It's the stupidest thing that you can do to ruin your self-image. Another thing is basically like it relates to everything that I just said right now. Instagram stories are not real life. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but it's something that I really want to talk about. Suppose I go to like a party, right? And I posted multiple like videos and pictures of the event, and it all looks so fun, but I didn't have fun. I just posted it because why not? I just wanted people to know that I was doing something at that time. Like there are stories which I've posted which were basically probably like work or really just shitty events where I've been to, and I just posted it because I can. But I don't talk about how shitty it was. That's the same thing that goes on for so many other people. Just because someone went to like Georgia does not mean that they had fun there. They probably did, obviously, but that you cannot evaluate your life using someone's Instagram stories or posts. Because this is where like the second part comes in. Even if you do everything that I've said above, just like me, I do it as well, does not make you like a freak or anything. Everybody works on a different timeline. Just because something happened to them does not mean that it's not gonna happen to you. Someone graduated at the age of 19 and you're 23 and you're still in university or whatever the situation is. That does not make you any less worthy. Their time is different and your time is different. That's literally it. That's it. Someone who made content, let's say, way after you started doing it, but they started growing better, it was just their time. That's not a reason for you to like give up on whatever you're doing. Keep doing. Whenever it is your time, it will happen. You cannot compare whatever's happening in your life to whatever's happening in someone else's life, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I know I keep like repeating that it's very obvious, like whatever I'm speaking right now, but let's just think of it as something that I would say to myself. So I'm basically talking to you as I would talk to myself. And I am someone who needs constant reassurance. And I need you to just understand that nothing is real. Just stop feeling bad about yourself if you do, just because you saw someone else doing something. Bro, I've seen people where they fake having fun just for stories or just for posts, and their Instagram's like had the night of their lives. Amazing. There'll be no party like this ever, and the whole time everyone at the party is like either drunk, passed out, or on their phones. That's it. I've been to really, really weirdly awkward get-togethers and situations where socially it looks like the event of the year. But in reality, whoever was there knows the truth. And I don't think they're going to speak up about it because of the hype that this given situation has, that you naturally want to make it look better and seem like you had fun. I don't post all of my failures, right? And I've been through so many. And if I keep posting about my failures, I'm going to have like 15 stories every single day, maybe even more. Literally, if I post a picture every time something stupid or a failure happened to me, I would have 100 posts in literally just a month. I've heard people say, "Oh, I wish I had your life," or "Oh, I wish I had it as easy as you do." And I stopped saying that to people when I realized how shitty it was to hear it myself, because I knew what was happening in my life. I knew everything that was happening behind the scenes. I knew that just because someone thinks something about my life, that's not the reality. I knew the amount of stress, the amount of anxiety, the amount of depression, the amount of whatever it is, the amount of things that I don't post or don't tell people. I'm the only one who knows that. That's how I stopped saying that to people, because that's exactly when I realized that no matter what I think about other people or their lives, they view it completely differently. And see, I know that not everyone is like this. I'm well aware that some people do have their life way easier than mine. But that's not something that I can put against them and be like, I wish my life was as easy. Because no matter how much I wish it, that's just not gonna be how it is. There's this dialogue in Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. Sab likha hua hai. And honestly, it's so true. Everything is literally predestined. Like, it's just going to happen. Even if you win a lottery at like the middle of the night out of nowhere, that was bound to happen, right? And you cannot keep envying. Oh, I'm such a hypocrite for saying this, because I know damn well after I record this, I'm gonna go on TikTok and I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I told you not to do. But I hope that at least one day when I listen back to myself, which I will, because I'm freaking self-obsessed and I watch all my stories and I watch all my posts, watch all my videos, I listen to everything that I say, even if it's voice notes, because I'll say self-obsessed just to not say insecure. I know damn well that I'm gonna do all of this, but I hope that one day when I listen back to this, I'll get reminded on what not to do. Basically, the whole point of this episode is just that you comparing your life to someone else's life does not make their lives or your lives any better. That's literally all. And I hope that I'll be able to apply it more to my life as well. You know, if not now, then later on. I hope that I will keep reminding myself about this every single time that I see someone's stories of them hanging out with their friends even. And I can tell myself, just because of what they post does not mean that's the truth. I could easily literally just get a few people, pretend that I'm having fun, and then post on my Instagram, and you'd never know. You would never freaking know. And just like that, everything is not what it seems. So yeah, this is what I want to talk about today, and I'm not even done with it but I feel like the episode's already like way too long because I kept blabbering about whatever was on my mind. But I'm so glad I did because I genuinely just wanted to get it out of my system. And I have no idea when I'm gonna post this either. I hope I edit this properly, dude. I am so lazy. I'm the biggest procrastinator I know. But I hope that you liked this episode as much as I loved talking about it. And I hope that I get spontaneous ideas just like I got one right now, which makes me passionate to talk about it. And I'm also so glad that the more I do these, the more I get excited to talk, and the more I get comfortable to talk to myself or to my phone. It's like having a phone call session with myself. And you know what? It doesn't seem that bad now. So yeah, Unhinged is gonna be on YouTube and Spotify as of now. And I hope you really like this, and I hope you share it with your friends. You better. Please. It really means so much to me. I really want so many people to hear this because I love it so much. You're doing good. No matter what position you're in, you're probably doing the worst you've ever done in your life. But it's gonna be okay. I promise you, it's going to be okay. If I end up like offing myself, please don't ever play this ever. That will make me the biggest hypocrite ever. Okay, bye.